Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
We were honoring a Muslim Iranian diplomat who rescued thousands of Jews during the Holocaust. One of the reasons it was unprecedented is because not only was his family, his relatives here today representing him and that legacy, but also the family that he helped to rescue. We also had another family, the Morady family, and the Morady family, Ibrahim Morady, was instrumental. He was a Persian Jew, and he was instrumental in helping rescue the thousands of Jews with Sardari. So to bring them all together under one roof and to have the incredible honor of hosting Dr. Fariborz Mokhtari, who has written the definitive book on this rescuer, was really something quite special.
This was a story that had to be told. It was a story that had to be heard. It was a story that had to be known.
The title is In the Lion's Shadow. Abdol-Hossein Sardari was his name. He happened to be a Muslim Iranian. And therefore he took it upon himself to help all his fellow countrymen. Some of them happened to be Jewish, and they were threatened by the Nazis. So he helped them. It wasn't a question of them being Jewish and he being Muslim, but they were Iranian. In a way, I was surprised that nobody had pursued this story. But on the other hand, when I started asking people and doing my research, I realized that there had been a lot of people who had done similar things, but they had never thought that they were doing something special or unusual. They simply assumed that you do the right thing when there is such a threat to fellow human beings.
I'm Kaveh Sardari. I'm the grandnephew of Abdol-Hossein Sardari. As a child, I saw him very often, and I left Iran when I was about 15 years old. So how I learned about it was through a cousin who lived in the States and told me about his story and what he did. And I was very, very shocked and surprised because he never ever mentioned anything about it. And he was a very humble man. To see the number of people who are interested in this story, in this book, is just absolutely astounding.
My father, rest his soul, passed away at the age of 95 in 96. And a couple of years before that, I get a phone call from Dr. Mokhtari saying, "Are you Claude Morady, the son of Ibrahim Morady who helped save Jews during World War II?" I go, "Well, you have the right person, that's my dad, but he didn't do that." My father had never told us anything that he did during the war, and never anything like this, so I was completely shocked. Even as after he passed away, he saved all papers and things, and I would just see that he would give money to people, to our temple, and I knew about some of it, but he helped out a lot more people, friends and family and other Persian rug dealers, and never said a word about it. And I was just like, it's just very gratifying to see that. I knew he was a good man like that, but the extent of what he did just keeps coming up more and more even to this day.
I haven't been able to really cope with it, but gradually being with my family and getting to having such, meeting my husband and having children, then slowly I got over it.
I was 7 years old. With the help of Mr. Sardari, we could have our passport that saying that we are not Jews but Aryan, and with this we could escape Paris. That moment that was occupied by the German, and we left Paris, and it took us a month with lots of difficulties until we arrived in Iran and we were safe.
And do you think the term an Iranian Schindler is very fitting?
Absolutely, on so many levels. The similarities are that he rescued so many people under incredible circumstances, that he was someone in a very high leadership position, that he had very good relationships with the Germans in terms of exploiting those relationships. He also had the help of a local Jew, just like with Schindler, who helped him in the rescue and to pass those crucial documents to Sardari. One of the biggest differences, though, between him and Schindler is that Sardari never joined the Nazi Party, of course.
Thank you so much.
You're like my brother, you know.
Exactly.
The most important part is that there is hope for humans and humanity. We have a lot more in common than the things that divide us. So that's the main thing. But I also want to correct some of the errors in the image that has been created for Iranians. I make a distinction between Iranians, the people, and the government.